Hello, this is Nancy, and today I have a very special video for you. It's a really special treat. Two agents have asked me about the videos that I watch where agents are making cold calls on YouTube. So what I've done is I've picked 5 for you to that'll be just below here. You have the links to the videos, so you can just click on the videos and watch them. They're very good. Actually, some are better than others. So I picked an assortment for you, and one of them is Mariah Christine Realtor. She's a young realtor, and she was calling for sale by owners, and she did get an appointment. The second one is Chaston Miles, and he's a gentleman, I think, out of Dallas, and he was calling for sale by owners, and he got an appointment. Then number 3 is Lily Nufwani, and she was circle prospecting around a just sold. I don't think she did get an appointment, but she did make the calls, and she was using the Mojo Dialer. Some agents who make a lot of cold calls use special equipment, and she was using the Mojo Dialer. Number 4 was Brian Casella, and he's got quite a few. He called on an expired listing, and he had to be persistent because he was told no a couple of times, but he got the seller to give him an appointment. So that was pretty good. I liked that one a lot. Some of the same scripts I used to use. And number 5 is Brandon Mulrennan. And Brandon was making calls on a storm dialer, and he was calling absentee owners. Absentee owners are great calls to make, and as you can see, I think Brandon gets about 5 appointments in the 30-minute video, and he sticks right to his job, and he's using a storm dialer. That's the product he's using. And both, if you notice during the videos, a couple of things, both Brian and Brandon are standing up while they make their calls. And that was something I was taught to do also, to stand and make your calls, because it makes your voice clearer and it gives you more energy through the phone. You need positive energy through the phone, and standing versus sitting actually helps you accomplish that. So I really hope you enjoy these 5 videos. They are amazing. The other thing that is interesting to me is the scripts that I learned from Mike Ferry a long time ago are what these agents are using. And one of them says that they're Kevin Ward scripts. So I don't know. I think Mike had them before Kevin, but Kevin might have had them before Mike. I don't know. But they're very similar. So if you learn one basic set of scripts, which we have here in our company, and which are embedded in my brain, and can be embedded in yours. And the way you would do that, and these guys have done that, they hardly even look at their scripts while they're calling. The good news is you can look at your scripts while you're calling and ask the next question, which is beautiful, because if you need a crutch, there it is. You don't have to have it internalized yet. However, if you'll memorize those scripts, if you'll write them down, repeat them back to yourself, record yourself saying them, role play with other agents who are making these calls. And I will tell you what, Brandon has got it down. He calls for 3 or 4 hours a day. I used to call for 2.5 to 3 hours a day. You can get as many listings as you want, as many as you can handle when you do that. And with calling absentee owners, the beautiful part about the area that we live in is that we have a lot of absentee owners. And did I tell you he was using Storm Dialer? I think I did. But all these guys, this is what they do. This is what they do, and they do it consistently. And I believe Brandon is probably the most consistent. And I believe I'm going to also, he has a little program that I think I'm going to purchase for our company. And I have been in touch with him. But these guys, they're not brain surgeons. They're just people like you and me that got a hold of a good script, gave themselves some discipline in a daily schedule, and they make those calls on a regular basis. Also, back to Lily. Lily uses Vulcan 7 to call expired listings. She told me that in another video. So Vulcan 7 is probably one of the top programs for buying. They send you the new expired listings every day. And for making her calls out to circle prospecting, she uses a Mojo Dialer. So Mojo Dialer, Vulcan 7, Storm Dialer, those are all good products. but you don't have to have any of them. You can just make the calls. So you can just go right through. If you needed someone to help you with a circle prospecting, our marketing department can look up the leads and Cole Realty Resource, the sellers in the area, and the phone numbers are there with them. So we have, if you wanted to do circle prospecting or calling absentee owners, and you needed that list of names and phone numbers in a particular area that you're calling, our marketing department will give that to you if you're with our company. So we do purchase Cole Realty Resource. I think it's about $3,000 a year, and we purchase it for the company. So those are that. Now that is a product that we would keep using. Now we could get better mileage out of it if more of our agents would use it to make those calls. So it's one thing to do mailings, but why not make the calls too? Why not make the calls? I mean, it's you hear Brian when you hear Brandon making his calls to absentee owners, you're going to want to call absentee owners. And here's the good news. You're going to know exactly what to say to them now because he teaches you that. He's showing he's very consistent with the questions that he's asking. So I wish you the very best of luck. You don't need it if you get good at your scripts and dial the numbers. You won't need luck at all. You'll have what they call skill. And here's the thing. The more you do it, the better you will get at that skill. Now, I noticed with Mariah Kristen, and she was going up at the end of her questions. They taught us to go down at the end of the questions. If you listen to Brian Casella and you listen to Brandon Mulrenin, they are not going up at the end of their questions like it is a question. They're actually asking a question that sounds more like a statement. That's something we were taught to do that gets a better response. So that was one thing I did notice. But Mariah she's fearless and she makes the calls, and she's got a lot of videos out there with her making the calls. But these other guys know what they've got it down. Their skill level has increased over time. They've been doing it longer. Brian does it very consistently. Brandon does it very consistently. So they've got it down. It's non-emotional to them. If somebody gets a little short with them on the phone, they don't get all emotional over it. They just have it. They just go, that 4-letter word in real estate. Next. That's the 4-letter word in real estate that you've got to remember if you're making calls. Next. It doesn't matter what they say. Some people are going to say no, and some people are going to say yes. All that matters is that you call enough of them to get enough listings to make your goal and to make your financial goal and to work out your business plan. That's it. It's not emotional. It's just business. So have a great day. I'm glad that you are watching this video. I'm going to put the links below for you to these 5 videos that I watched, and I didn't finish Brandon's, but I'm sure it's good because he got 5 leads out of it. In 30 minutes, he got 5 leads. How much did that cost him? 0. Okay? $0 spent. Take care, make a lot of money, get a lot of listings, and have a good time, and you don't have to buy Zillow leads anymore. Take care.